Welcome to the CheckBox Pro Series. Leading a school is meaningful work, but it can also feel isolating. In each episode, I, Missy Couch, sit down with a school leader to talk honestly about the important and challenging work they're doing. My hope is that you leave feeling more connected and equipped with practical resources that help sustain your career.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the CheckBox Pro series. Today's episode is another one of my installments of What's Saving My Life. This one is covering winter of 2026. So for me, that's January through March. If you're new here, these episodes are really just my built-in quarterly reflection. It's, if I kept a diary, it might be some of the things I write in my diary, but I take the time to think about the small things, the big things, the logistical things, and the joyful things that are just helping me show up in this season and making my seasons a little bit easier. Some of them are silly. Some feel a little bit more meaningful, but most fall somewhere kind of in between, but all of them are real. So you get some of that. My hope is that as you listen, you might start to think about your own list. So asking yourself the question, what's saving your life right now or in this season? So in no particular order, well, except for the last one, which has a resource attached. So I'm just putting it at the tail end. Here are 10 things saving my life this winter. First up. So my husband and I finally broke down and we bought a skylight frame. I have been targeted for these. I don't know why. It's not like I love a calendar, but we did it. For those of you who've seen these things circulating, like they're not cheap. This was an investment. It was an intentional decision. I have been targeted for like well over a year. I have seen other people talk about them, but so far, y'all, it's been worth it. It has been worth it. So yes, it's a digital calendar. Yes, it will rotate photos like one of those frames, which is really fun. Added bonus, like it does meal planning, it does lists, it does like reward things, right? But the thing right now, like the reason I put it on this list and the reason it's saving my life is it has a chore function. I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. They are fully capable of contributing to our household, yet I and my husband were still doing quite a bit of lift for them. Right? Like they weren't having to do chores every single day. We were really inconsistent with it. I had tried, paper chore charts, just like a list. They weren't working. So what I've done now is like each of them has their own profile. I'm able to curate their own chore list. I attach little emojis to each of them so that it feels a little bit more fun. And they get to check them off every single day. And when they finish, like they get these little like celebrations on the screen, right? Like the falling stars or hearts or like smiley faces or whatever. It's really great too, because I have chores that they have to do every day, but then they have chores, I say chores, or just things that they need to remember to do once a week. For example, like pack your library book, right? Like that's just a once a week thing that we've got to make sure we remember. So I have that. There's no more nagging. We're still kind of in the newish phase. I don't know when it's going to wear off exactly, but I now no longer have to kind of, remind them. I just go check the chart. Like go check the frame. And they do, and they get to check it off. They get to touch a screen, right? Which is every like little kid's just goal in life. So it has been super helpful. On top of that, like little added bonus wasn't expecting is it's been really meaningful to watch them take ownership. Like I said, we've kind of been doing quite a bit of the lift for them. So now my oldest has like started volunteering to take on extra things. Like the other day she asked me, she goes, "Mom, can I just roll the trash can out to the curb?" And I said, "Yeah, girl, please." And now she's like, I think, Mom, I'll just add that to my list every week. Y'all, okay, I'm not going to fight you on that. So the 5-year-old's not quite gotten there, but the 7-year-old has, and I'll take a win where I can. So far, like I said, still newish. I had been waiting. I got this at the end of last quarter, but I didn't want to vouch for it yet, but I have done it. We've had it now for like close to 3 months and using it religiously. So I am officially able to say that it's saving my life, but like really it's that like my kids are finally contributing to our home, which is saving my life. I really have enjoyed not having to do all the things. And for those that have been, got to that place quicker than I did, I see the error of my ways and I'm grateful to be on the other side. So we'll just keep adding. And my goal is just keep adding to the chore list. Okay, so that was number 1. Number 2, remember back when there used to be like family shows and you'd like have to sit down together once a week to watch said family show? My family show was Survivor. and it was American Idol. Like those were the things we all rallied around, and you had to record it, right? Like you had to, and do not forget to record, to hit record. So I had been looking for that, and my girls have finally hit the phase where they're old enough to actually enjoy shows with us, and or like us enjoy some of the shows that they're opting into. And I love it. I'm so here for it. So we've been watching 2 shows together, and the first one is Back to the Frontier, and the other is Percy Jackson. So Back to the Frontier is all about modern families living like pioneers, right? Like no makeup, no modern conveniences, building everything from scratch, buying and taking care of livestock, tilling the fields, that kind of thing. It's been really fascinating. And the girls really loved watching like other kids do hard things. Like they're like, I don't know if I could do that. Like go to the bathroom in an outhouse. I said, you definitely can't. You don't even like a porta potty. So no. So we even looked into applying for the show. Our girls are still just a hair too young. So give us a few years. Maybe if that show is still running, we'll be out there churning butter. We'll be out there, I don't know, milking cows. It'll be really cool. So, so I need that show to stick around long enough for us to do that. The second show is Percy Jackson. All right. It's been our just a little bit scary show because my youngest like specifically asked for those types of shows or movies, like just like a little bit of a hair intensity, right? So it's been like a really perfect fit. I didn't read the book, so I didn't have much of a reference point, but it's been really fun. Like we don't do a ton of screens during the week. Personal choice, not for everybody, but that's just like what we've done. So this having like that one show that's like 45 minutes that we can all rally around, that we all are enjoying. We get to look forward to once a week, just like the good old days when we had to like tune in at a certain time. And so it's just been really special and it's been really sweet and the girls really look forward to it. And so, yeah, it's just like us trying to recreate, family TV nights that I have fond memories of growing up. So that was number 2. Number 3, guys, the Olympics. Listen, I love the Olympics. I deeply love the Olympics. Winter, summer, don't care. I'm here for it. These athletes are incredible. I have 0 criticisms. If you fall on the ice, of course you fell on the ice. You're a human on ice. One should not be there. So it's one of my, just one of the few things that I feel unifies everyone right now. We rally around it. Everybody's watching it or has seen something of it. Even if you don't watch it, you can't quite avoid it. It's in the news. There's updates there. So it's been really fun. Every year I feel like I get into like a new sport, try to watch something new. This year, my husband and I really got into curling. We were big fans. So, which I wasn't expecting, but it was a highlight for sure. Yeah. Olympics absolutely saved my life in February. It was just a really fun thing to turn on and tune in, and read about and follow and cheer on. And I know this circulates all the time, but I'm still waiting for them to put a normal human in every single competition just for a reference point, because I mentioned this in my newsletter before, but I was like, could I be an Olympian? At my age and having never trained that intensely, it's not looking good for me, but I don't think I would even ask that question if I saw a normal human out there. So yeah, Olympics. I'm here for it. Okay. Number 4, homemade granola. All right. I love me some yogurt and granola. I always buy just granola from the store because I'm thinking to myself, it's got to be complicated to make. It's from scratch. It's making things. I don't live in the kitchen very well. I don't navigate the kitchen very well. That just felt big. But I tried a recipe from Kendra Adachi, who's known as the Lazy Genius online. And y'all, it was so easy. It required a bowl, a measuring cup, a baking sheet, a spoon. That's it. That's it. That's my kind of recipe. Minimal cleanup, minimal supplies. And so now I just make this big batch. I eat it with yogurt. I just snack on it during the day. Bonus, my kids like it, which, hello, anything that I can feed my kids is going to save my life. And I finally feel like I've gotten to a place where I can maybe start iterating on it. So hoping to add in my own dark chocolate might be my next addition, just to see how it does, and how it tastes. And I think I can put it on ice cream, especially if I add the dark chocolate, which, I mean, combining two things I love doesn't sound like a terrible idea. So, and then, like I said, I'm not like a kid, like I don't make a lot of things in the kitchen. I don't like consider myself a cook. So I just felt really accomplished. Maybe I felt like I was back on the, frontier, is making something from scratch. It just felt cool. It felt good to do. So again, baby steps, I guess. So homemade granola, I will link the recipe because that's how good I think it is. And it's like stuff you probably already have in your pantry. So it doesn't require anything crazy. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. So Kendra Dachi's The Lazy Geniuses Homemade Granola. Number five. Okay. There's this terminology like called habit stacking. And so I have taken that to like my own level or whatever. My take on it is trying to habit stack when I'm having phone calls with my friends. So I'm already on the phone, like doing a Zoom every Monday. Like I have a standing Zoom call with a few close friends. We used to live in the same city. Now we're in 3 different cities. We have a standing meeting. It's really great. I think I probably have mentioned it before on What's Saving My Life previously, but we get together. And it's great because like what I've found us naturally doing anyways across the different times and watching my friends, right, is sometimes a friend is folding laundry. Sometimes one is doing dishes. Sometimes I paint my nails, right? And so it's been really great because it feels sort of like we're doing life together. Like if we were actually in the same place, we probably would do some of those things and it wouldn't feel strange to do around one another. And so it's really fun to kind of get to see, like I have a friend who knits. And so every once in a while she'll give us an update on her knitting project and like how it's turning out. Another is baking usually. And so it's great to kind of I'm like, oh, what recipe are you trying? So it just feels an added layer of connection. But also I'm combining it with something productive, right? Like I want to paint my nails, but I also want to talk to my friends. And why don't I just do this at the same time? And that sounds like a really great sweet spot to live in. So habit stacking, find ways to do it, y'all, because it just, it's that saying of like kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And I stand behind that. It's been really great. So the next one, which like kind of got a late addition, I wasn't quite sure it, would have been here and I didn't anticipate it, but my husband loves movies, like really loves movies, was a film studies major, has watched the Oscars and since a very young child, has like used to have like all the Alfred Hitchcock movies memorized. Like this is really his love. This year, he created like a Oscars competition with our friends across different cities. So there was a shared spreadsheet, there was a list of nominated films, there was a voting system, and then there was a point system for the number of movies watched along with predicting winners. And he, of course, there has to be a prize at the end because why not? So it was unexpectedly so fun. We had friends who like are into movies, but then we had friends who aren't really necessarily into movies, but they love a competition, right? And so they came in, people were texting updates, watching movies, comparing notes. It just created this little pocket of a community around something that like my husband's really passionate about, which is like fun to see, but also just to like hear from other people around it. Again, I think why it worked and why it was like saving our life is like it gave us something to do together, even while like all of us are apart. But even just like within our own household, it was really nice because again, I love a checkbox. And so he gave me that, like he gave me a list of movies that we needed to watch and I got to check them off. But I was doing it with somebody and then I got to talk to friends who I knew had watched it too because I saw the spreadsheet. And so there was like this element of, again, like checkbox and connection. And I think anytime that happens for me, it just feels like good and life-giving. So whether it's the Oscars or the Olympics or hey, the World Cup is coming up in June, like find your people, even people you don't think necessarily are into it, but they want something to share and be a part of. And so it's worth just trying. So even at the end of this, like everybody was like, this was really great. Can't wait to see you all next year. And again, some of these people knew each other, some of them didn't. So what a fun little like way of bringing in a community of people to do something fun and exciting. And, like this didn't necessarily save my life, but I guess it did because he was so happy. But he has been a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan, and One Battle After Another, which was written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, did really well at the Oscars. So he was feeling very good, which just brings me a lot of joy. So, okay, that was number 6. Number 7 is low-key holiday decor. So, I have the Christmas stuff. I have I guess I have the Thanksgiving stuff. And I decided I want to mark other holidays, but I don't want to necessarily have it take over my house. I don't like to store a lot of stuff. I don't like the time of putting things up and down. So I landed on a very simple system I'm going to use for holiday decor outside of the major. Oh, Halloween. I was like, I don't have that much. I had to think about this, y'all. Sorry. Backtrack for a second. It's like, I don't have a lot of Thanksgiving. I have a lot of Halloween. Bless my heart. Christmas and Halloween are the ones I store quite a bit of decor with. Outside of that, I don't want a lot. So I have settled on a simple system for my holiday decor. It is a garden flag because yes, I am 100 years old and have a garden flag. It's a garden flag. It is a door wreath and it is a seasonal kitchen towel. Those are the 3. And I have warned my family not to actually wipe their hands on said seasonal kitchen towels. Those are for decoration only. Use the other towels for cleaning your hands. But that's it. I might, if I find a small candy dish, I might, pull that out. It feels a little extra special. I usually have candy out. So if I find something, I'll do it. But literally it takes me 10 minutes to put up, 10 minutes to take down. And it does make my house feel just a little bit festive, which is fun, especially having littles around the house. It feels good for them. It feels good for me and manageable. So in this current season of life, low-key holiday is exactly what I need. So that's what I've done. It's been really fun. Okay, number 8, kind of in the same vein of holidays. I kept my Christmas cards up until Valentine's Day. I didn't know that would be one of my favorite decisions, but it's become one of my favorite decisions. I put them up on our fireplace, mantle area. I look at them every single day because they're right in the middle of my living room. I get to see faces of people who don't live in the same place as me. So just friends and their families and getting to see them has been really fun and for an extended period of time. So when I finally took them down on Valentine's Day or right around, what I then do, and I've done this for a couple of years now, which having some space for this has been fun, but I hole punch them all and I put them on a ring and we keep that ring of cards near our table. And so then every once in a while, we'll flip through and we either pray about a family or talk about them. We reach out to them. We just, when I say talk about them, not in bad ways, right? But it's just what we really love about them, or maybe an update that we've heard about them that we want to share with everybody at the family. So it's just been a really sweet way of using those Christmas cards a little bit longer throughout the year. And then they get lovingly recycled because I get new ones at the new Christmas season. So that's just been fun, is keeping Christmas cards up longer and then using them throughout the year has been a fun practice for our house. That was number 8. Okay, number 9 and 10 are very similar. And so they kind of go hand in hand. And as I mentioned at the top of the episode, there's going to be a resource related to my number 10 that'll come out a little bit later, later this month. But number 9, booking summer travel early, but specifically booking summer travel with friends. All right. We planned a summer trip with some of our really good friends. They have kids that are roughly the same age as our girls, and we are going to Zion National Park. Flights have been booked. Airbnb has been booked. It's real, it's happening, it's on the calendar, and just having it on the calendar, having that carrot dangling in front of us has been really life-giving. Knowing that it's been done, because the spring is such a busy semester for everybody. I don't know how it becomes so busy, but it's just busy. And then all of a sudden you look up and it's June. So the fact that it is something that is done in advance of the craziness of the end of a school year feels really good. And I always love a time when I know I'm going to see my people and people that we love a lot, and we're going to do something fun and it's new. It's going to be kind of a little bit like habit stacking, where I'm with my people, but I'm also doing a new experience, and just kind of being able to marry those two has been really nice. So if you are in a place where you're oh gosh, how am I going to get through X thing? Give yourself a carrot. Plan something. It doesn't have to be big. Make a reservation at a fun restaurant. figure out what, new recipe you're going to do, or just have some sort of carrot that brings you life, just and have it on the calendar and schedule it so that you will do it. Like I feel like if it's on the calendar, it gets done. So do that, book some travel, be with your people, whatever it looks like. So, okay, number 10, my very last one. I think I shared this with you all last year, and it probably, until my children are at an age where they no longer need summer camps, it will be on my What's Saving My Life list until then. It is a resource. I will share it again with y'all, but if you are a parent, then you already know, like, the summer planning is a puzzle. It is Tetris. It is trying to figure out all the things and all the places and everything that needs to happen. You've got camps, you've got the cost of camps, you've got schedules and ages to consider and locations and your travel and work schedules, all of it. You're taking it all in and trying to, like, piecemeal together something to where your kids stay safe and you stay sane over the course of, 8 weeks out of school. So a couple years ago, I built a spreadsheet that tracks all of the available camps in my area, their cost, what times they run, where they're located, which of my kids can attend, reviews from previous years, right? So if a kid goes to one and they're like, hate it, we scratched out, we know never to go there again. And it's just like now saving me every single year because I just copy that tab over. I've got now a new spreadsheet. I go through and I update, prices and update when the registration opens, and it grows every year because I learn about new camps or, ways, columns to add to make it more effective for me so I don't forget things. It has been great. It took a lot of time on the up front for me to get it set up. But now it's just like a really great repeatable system that I just use time and time again. And what's great now is, I share it with friends who are in the similar stage and area, right? I just go, here's a spreadsheet, like, don't go through trying to find all these camps. I've done it. I've already done it. Here you go, use it, make it your own. And it's been really helpful. So that's going to be a resource to share with everybody. But guys, just, you got, anybody who's traveling or, coordinating much of schedules for the summer, I see you, I feel you. We got this. So that was number 10. So what's I'm going to, real quick recap, for summer, or excuse me, so winter 2026 list. Look, I'm thinking about summer, but we're still in the winter. We have a skylight frame and mainly chores, right? That's number 1. Family shows, the Olympics, homemade granola, habit stacking, Oscars watch party with your friends, low key holiday decor, Christmas cards up way longer than they should be, making summer travel plans, especially if they're with friends, and a camp planning system, summer camp planning system. Again, none of these are groundbreaking, but together they've really made this season feel more manageable, more joyful, equal parts, some of them are equal parts productivity. Most of them are just a lot of connection, which is really important to me. So I will, leave you with this last question. What is saving your life right now? It can be small. It can be simple. It just has to be true to who you are and what matters to you for this season. And they're already there. You just got to name them. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for letting me come into your ears with just a whole lot of me talking. It's been really fun. As always, thanks for listening. And I will see you next quarter for the spring edition of What's Saving My Life. All right. Have a great day.